Luke in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Hey, Luke, what's up?
Oh, hi. How you doing?
Good.
I disagree with you about Donald Trump. His policies are very nationalist. And what you were talking about earlier about business and everything and globalism being bad, that's not a left policy. That's a nationalist policy.
You're right.
So, and both sides are anti-nationalist.
No, that's not true. I would say at the grassroots level, both sides are fundamentally nationalists, and it's the elites on both sides, frankly, who are the internationalists.
Well, that's partly what I'm talking about. If you look at the Democrats and the people behind Hillary Clinton, they are anti-nationalists. Look at Bernie Sanders. I'm not a Bernie Sanders supporter, but, I mean, it was stacked against him on that side. Absolutely.
But, you know, let's not relitigate the Sanders-Clinton thing. The reality is that the majority of Americans want America to be put first. And I realize America first is, you know, language, fascist language from the 40s. But I'm sorry, it's back. And the baggage that it had in the 40s, the people who remember that, they're dead. It's not going to affect this generation. Donald Trump talking in the language there's two kinds of nationalism, Luke. There's my country first, and every country should putting their country first. That's a healthy form of nationalism, where we're encouraging everybody in the world to do what's best for their own country in a way that we can all collaborate and work together. The toxic nationalism, which is what we saw coming out of Germany and Spain and Italy in World War II and Japan, and what we've seen coming out of the United States in many cases with regard to things like Honduras and Nicaragua and back in the day, Iran, Iraq, back in the day, I'm talking about in the 50s, is the toxic form of nationalism is we're for us first, and by the way, screw you guys, we're going to take whatever you got and we're going to make life tough on you. Or even worse than that, you know, where Hitler took it to the super extreme, you know, we're for our country first, and by the way, we're genetically superior to everybody. And that's an insanely toxic form of nationalism. That's the form of nationalism that Donald Trump is flirting with when he talks about immigration, when he talks about racial policies, when he talks about, you know, his quote, support for the police because, quote, all lives matter. We know what that code means. That's toxic, racist nationalism. It's a very different thing from economic nationalism, where you say, no, I want my country to be first. Every country should be putting their own country first. They should be doing it in ways that works to all of their benefits. And you're right, Luke, this is not left or right. It exists on both sides. And I think the vast majority of the electorate, both Democrat and Republican, Democratic and Republican in the United States, are fundamentally the healthy form of nationalists. But that twisted form of nationalism is the one that always gets us, not us into trouble so much, but it always gets countries into trouble, and we've got to be very careful of it. And I think it's what Trump is representing. Well,
I don't think that Trump is representing anything bad. I think having tighter immigration control is a good thing.
We have really tight immigration controls right now, Luke. When Trump said today in his speech that there were basically no controls on immigrants, it's a 2-year process. He was lying. Donald Trump lied repeatedly in his speech today. I'm telling you, and that's the problem. Is people don't, you know, people like, you know, respectfully, Luke, people like yourself, you hear him say that and you think, okay, you know, this guy just said it to millions of people on TV. It must be true. It's not.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.